couple days or 3 days, I guess, before the big game. Go ahead and take your questions for Chase. Let me know in the chat if you have one. And we'll go ahead and get started with Jeff Ferrato. Jeff, go ahead.
Chase, welcome back.
Oh, good to be back.
For those of us who have not tested positive for COVID, can you tell us what the experience was like and if you had symptoms and how you're doing right now?
I had no symptoms. Honestly, it was pretty boring, not being able to do anything. It was stressful not being able to be with the team and having to watch them on TV for only the second time in my career at Cal. But it was definitely a different experience. And, I'm glad to be back with the team, glad to be going about, our normal routine.
Can you talk about, it's been a couple of weeks since you've had the whole band together, really. How easy or difficult it will be to sort of resume where you were and pick up that rhythm that you had going in the games against Colorado and Oregon State?
I don't think it'll be tough at all. We've had a very strong couple of days of practice with the majority of the team back. And I think, we just kind of picked off from where we left off after Oregon State. We're really excited to go play this Saturday. And, we're all, very eager to be there down in Palo Alto on Saturday.
You're going to be missing a couple of O-linemen, but do you feel like you're in good position right now to function well as an offense?
Yeah, I'm very confident, in the guys that we have, not only as offense, but up front. That's just, the name of football. That's the game. You lose guys every once in a while, and, it's kind of a next man up mentality where guys got to step in and do their part.
Thanks, Chase.
Okay, we'll go to Steve Kroner from the San Francisco Chronicle.
Yeah, Chase, glad to hear you're doing well. How many times in the last 2 years have you seen that 16-yard run to the end zone that won the game against Stanford?
I've seen it quite a couple times. I think they have it playing in our facility in the coaches' offices on the TV with other plays. But I was obviously a memory that'll last forever, not only for myself but for Cal fans. But I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah, I don't know if you know Kevin Brown, who was a quarterback at Cal a long time ago, 35 years ago, in fact, and he led an upset in the big game. And I wound up doing a story on him, like a Where Are They Now, I think 20 years afterwards. And he said, with a kind of a mixture of kind of embarrassment but pride as well, that his buddies to this day were calling him BGH, Big Game Hero. Have you gotten any BGH calls?
I'll say that I have, especially after, the 2019 game. I believe Aaron Rodgers might have tweeted that way back when, but, you get it every once in a while walking around campus. But, that's part of the job. As a quarterback, you got to go out there and win games. It just happened to be on that stage a couple of years ago, but, that's just the job that we have as quarterbacks.
And follow up. I asked this to Justin yesterday. You guys have had a lot of significant wins in his 5 years and your 4 years. Is it fair to say, though, that the game at Stanford 2 years ago was the most significant, most satisfying win you've had at Cal?
It's definitely up there, for myself. And I bet for Coach Wilcox to beat Stanford for the first time and however long it was, especially at their place. And it was a huge win for the Cal community. I remember, all the fans pouring onto their field like it was yesterday. Just overall a great win. And, we've had a lot of great wins here at Cal, with my career and Coach Wilcox's. We hope to keep building on that.
Great. Thanks.
Go to Chase Garbers from Rivals.
Yeah, Chase, what have you seen from Stanford's defense and watched them on film? Are they similar to last year and the 2019 game as well?
They're a little similar. Each and every week they kind of do different stuff depending on their opponent. I think, up front, they're very experienced. I've played against those guys for 4 years now. I've seen, a lot of familiar faces up front. A couple of years ago, they had some young DBs that are now getting older. A couple new linebackers that we weren't used to seeing in years prior. But overall, they're a well-coached team. They're Stanford. They're smart players. They play really tough, really hard. It's going to be a great game on Saturday.
And in that vein, you said they kind of game plan based on opponents. Is there something in particular that you expect from them?
Well, we expect them, to do what we've been seeing, on film, just kind of with offenses similar to ours. It depends on the personnel that they have on the game, but, some man coverage, some quarters coverage. It really just depends on, what they want to do against us.
Yeah. And on another topic, we talked to Coach Wilcox yesterday. He said that each year you guys talk about the importance of the big game and the importance of the axe and the whole story of that. How many times have you kind of heard the story of the axe and everything so far?
Well, this is my 5th year, so this will be going on, the 5th time. I think, Coach Wilcox has done a great job. I mean, each and every year, it's awesome just to listen to the history of it from him and, other people's perspective. We actually had our long snapper, Daniel Eder, who's been to, I believe, 22 or 23 big games since he was like 4 or 6 months old. So he gave a little background on it, the other day, and he did a great job because he's, a Berkeley guy and has loved Cal for, as long as he can remember.
Fantastic. Thanks, Chase.
Love the Daniel Eder reference. Would love to finish on that, but it looks like Steve Kroner has another one. Go ahead, Steve.
I think you're on mute.
Yeah, you may be on
Sorry
mute.
about that. Yep. Not smarter than the Zoom. Sorry about that. I don't, Chase, I don't know if you saw the quote from David Shaw about you yesterday. If you don't mind, I'll read it to you and just get your reaction to it. See if I can find it. David Shaw on Cal QB Chase Garbers. He's an absolute competitor. Of the guys that I respect the most in this conference, he's in that small group because he puts his heart on the line every single play. 1, have you heard that? And 2, how do you react to it one way or the other?
Yeah, I think I saw it yesterday. But, Coach Shaw and I have a mutual respect for each other. I got to talk to him a little bit at Pac-12 Media Day this year, and he kind of reiterated the same thing back in July. I think he's a very respectable coach. Not only in this conference but around the country. He's done a great job at Stanford, and it's a big honor for a coach like that to say something towards me.
Very good.
You guys, anybody else with the final question? Give you a few seconds. Okay, if not, we'll let Daniel Eder know he came in a close second to Coach Shaw and wrapping up with Chase here, and we'll see Chase.